Hey, what's up, gentlemen? Chris here with Elite Level Leader. In this episode of Business and Barbells, we're gonna start right here on the battleground where I will demonstrate a fitness training tip and a workout. Next, we'll head over to the boardroom where I will reveal a business building strategy and growth plan. So let's get started right now. What's up, gentlemen? Chris here with Elite Level Leader, and welcome to the battleground. In today's workout, I've got a 6-minute AMRAP for you, and it's a dumbbell and body weight AMRAP for you. And an AMRAP is as many rounds or as many reps as possible within that 6 minutes. So basically, you're gonna go ahead, you're gonna set a clock for 6 minutes, and we're gonna repeat a sequence of movements for that 6 minutes. Once the 6 minutes is up, you're gonna go ahead and rest for 1 minute. Once the 1 minute of rest is up, you're gonna set that clock again, repeat that same sequence of movements for 6 minutes, rest for another minute, and then you're gonna end up completing a third and final 6-minute AMRAP of those movements. So go ahead, set your clock for 6 minutes, and what we're gonna start off with today is 20 alternating dumbbell snatches. So I'm gonna head back here, I'm gonna grab a single dumbbell for this. And first off, I'm gonna set it on the ground. I'm gonna describe what the dumbbell snatch is and go through some of the different parts of the movement on here. So the dumbbell is on the ground. It's gonna start down there between your feet. Now, basically what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna go ahead and grab that dumbbell. Now we're gonna lift it off the ground and we're gonna press it all the way up overhead. We're gonna bring it back down. Then we're gonna switch to the left hand, push it all the way up overhead. So that's basically the dumbbell snatch movement, but there's a lot of parts of this that I want to go over. First off, I don't want you just hinging at the waist, grabbing this dumbbell and yanking it off the ground and pulling it and throwing it all the way up. Really, we are using the strength and the power of our lower body to initiate all the momentum, all the power, all the speed to get that dumbbell off the ground. Once your body is at full extension, only then do you actually start to pull on the elbow and then raise it up all the way up overhead. And even then, we're gonna get back underneath it in kind of a little bit of a mini squat. So first off, feet are a little bit wider than hip width apart here, guys. Toes are pointed out slightly. I'm gonna keep my chest up. As my knees start to bend, I'm gonna sit back in a squat. Knees are tracking out over those toes. I'm looking out into the horizon. I'm reaching down with a nice straight right arm. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this dumbbell. From this position, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start pressing through the floor and using the strength and the power of my lower body to bring that dumbbell off of the ground. Now, the tendency is to start pulling with the elbow immediately, but I don't want you to do that. I want you to come through, press through the floor. Knees are coming back, chest is up, hips are opening up. You have this dumbbell in your hand, your arm is still straight at this point. Now your hips are fully opened up. Now what I want you to do, I even want you to extend further. I want you to get up on your toes. I want you to shrug your shoulder. Now you are at full extension. Now and only now do I want you to go ahead and start pulling. Once you start to pull and bend that elbow, now I want you to kind of drop back underneath a squat and then stand it fully upright. And then we're gonna bring it back down the ground and we're gonna switch over to the left hand. So I'm gonna go through this a couple times and then I have a couple options of when you can transition on the dumbbell. So first off, knees are tracking out over those toes, chest is up, hips are sending back into this nice squat position, my arm is nice and straight. I'm gonna use the power and strength of my lower body, press through the floor, keeping that dumbbell close to my body the entire time. We're not swinging it out like a kettlebell. All right, press through the ground, snatch it up, get underneath it, now stand it all the way up. Now bring it down to the ground, switch to the left side here, power of the lower body, strength of the lower body, snatch it up, get underneath it, now stand it fully upright. You'll notice I don't bend that elbow until I am at full extension there. So, arm is down there straight, press through, and then get underneath it, now stand it fully upright. Now you notice I'm bringing the dumbbell down and I'm switching at the ground. Now once you kind of get used to this movement, you can really start to speed up these dumbbell snatches by switching the dumbbell mid-air right around your chin level. So that looks like this, grab this dumbbell, snatch it up, now switch right here. So now I can really rip through a lot of these dumbbell snatches by switching right there in front of my face. All right, guys, so you're gonna end up doing 20 of those alternating dumbbell snatches. Then we're just gonna go into 15 simple body weight squats, or what's sometimes referred to as air squats. So just like we were doing before, we wanna make sure that our feet are a little bit wider than hip width apart here, guys. Nice squat stance, toes are pointed out slightly, chest is up, you're gonna hinge at the hips. Once again, knees are tracking out over those toes, we're not caving them inward there. You're gonna sit all the way down till butt goes down below knee level, chest is up, hands are out, to kind of counterbalance you here. Stand fully upright, opening up those hips to the top, all the way down, all the way up. So just 15 of these basically body weight or air squats. After you completed 15 of those, now we're just gonna go into 7 burpees. So make sure your dumbbell is out of the way here, guys. Now everyone kind of knows what a burpee is, but I have a couple tips on to make them a little bit easier for you and a little bit more efficient. So first off, once again, feet should be about hip width apart here, guys, because you're gonna end up going into a plank position. You're gonna sit back in the hips, knees are gonna start to track out over those toes. You're gonna go down the ground and you're gonna go into a plank position. From the plank position here, make sure that your shoulders, elbows are all in a line here. From the plank position, we're not sagging down or piking up. You're gonna go into a push-up. You're gonna press out of that push-up. Now you're gonna bring your feet in, and then you're just gonna jump up and touch your hands above your head. So down, plank, push-up, press, feet, jump, down, plank, push-up, press, feet up, jump. Now, you'll notice when I was bringing my feet up and I'm bringing my feet down, they were on the sides, the outsides of my hands. I see a lot of people when they go into these burpees, their feet are super close together. They go down here, they're all kind of bunched up here into a ball. They go into a plank, and then they bring their feet back in really close to each other in between their hands. Now your knees are interacting with your elbows here, guys, and you're kind of bunched up. And you have a long way to travel from this point to stand all the way up and jump. What I want you to do is go with a wider stance, hands to the ground. Now you have a lot more room here between your elbows and your knees because you're spread out there. You go out, now you bring those legs in or the feet to the outside of your hands. Now, as you see, I'm not all bunched up like this. My hands are right here, legs are on the outside, and I'm just sitting back. All I have to do at this point is just kind of stand up or even hinge at the waist. So you see, when I go down, I go wider, I just stand up and then jump from there. And then I can easily get back down here. My center of gravity is so much closer to the ground in both of those positions, I don't have so much time to travel. So that's just a little tip there on those burpees. So you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna do 7 of those burpees. Now those are the only 3 movements within this workout. It's the 20 alternating snatches, you got the 15 bodyweight squats and the 7 burpees. You're just gonna keep on repeating that same sequence of movements for 6 minutes. After the 6 minutes is up, you're gonna go ahead and rest for 1 minute. Then you're gonna repeat that again for 6 minutes, 1 more minute of rest, and then a 3rd and final round of that 6-minute AMRAP, and that will go ahead and complete that workout today. All right, guys, that is the workout of the day. I will see you right back here next time in the Battleground for your next workout. And as always, to continue your training, be sure to check out EliteLevelLeader.com to learn more about our training programs and enlist today. Hey there, Chris McCarthy here with Brand Identified and Elite Level Leader. In this training session, you will learn how to fix business failure point number 4, which is you don't have a well-defined brand values. Brand values are the guiding principles that define what your business stands for and how you operate. Without well-defined brand values, it's challenging to create a culture that aligns with your business goals and attracts customers who share your values. Companies without clear brand values can struggle to build brand loyalty and often experience high turnover rates. Over time, businesses without well-defined brand values can become disconnected from their customers and employees, leading to decreased revenue and ultimately business failure. To avoid this failure point, businesses need to define their brand values, which should represent the core principles and beliefs that guide the organization's behavior and decision-making. These values should be communicated and lived by everyone within the organization. Here are some steps to help you get started. Number 1, identify your core values. Begin by identifying the core values that are most important to your business. These values should reflect the beliefs, ethics, and principles that guide your decisions and your actions. Consider what your business genuinely stands for beyond making a profit. Number 2, involve your team. Developing brand values should be a collaborative effort involving employees from various levels and departments. Seek input and feedback to ensure that the chosen values resonate with your team and align with your organizational culture. Number 3, align with your brand purpose. Ensure that your brand values align with your brand's purpose and your mission. They should serve as a foundation for how you fulfill your mission and achieve your vision. Number 4, make values actionable. Transform your values from abstract concepts into actionable behaviors. Define what each value means in practice and how it guides decision-making and interactions within your organization. Number 5, communicate clearly. Once your brand values are established, communicate them clearly to your team. Use stories and examples to illustrate how these values come to life in your daily operations. Encourage your employees to embody these values in their work. Number 6, integrate into hiring and onboarding. Incorporate your brand values into your hiring process. Look for candidates whose values align with those of your organization. During onboarding, emphasize the importance of these values in shaping your workplace culture. Number 7, evaluate and adjust. Periodically assess how well your organization is living up to your brand values. Encourage feedback and open discussions about whether these values are still relevant and effective. Be willing to adjust them as needed to better reflect your evolving business. Number 8, celebrate values in action. Recognize and celebrate employees who exemplify your brand values. This reinforces the importance of these values and motivates others to follow suit. Number 9, customer-centric values. Consider how your brand values benefit your customers. Ensure that they contribute to a positive customer experience and resonate with your target audience. Number 10, externally communicate. Share your brand values with your customers and stakeholders. Transparency about your values can build trust and attract customers who share similar beliefs. Number 11, evaluate partnerships. When considering partnerships and collaborations, assess whether potential partners align with your brand values. Partnerships that share your values are more likely to be successful and mutually beneficial. By following these steps, you can define and implement well-defined brand values that not only shape your organizational culture, but also resonate with your customers and guide your business toward long-term success. This clarity of values will help you avoid the pitfalls associated with a lack of well-defined brand values and create a strong foundation for your brand's growth and sustainability. That is all for now. I will see you back here in the boardroom for your next business training session. To continue, be sure to visit brandidentified.com and elitelevelleader.com to learn more about our services and complete training programs.